Hey, we are months into the pandemic, and it is hitting families hard. Some don't have food to put on the table. And with a rare level of need already higher than usual, the state is still expecting things to get worse. As Cairo 7's Simney Kim shows us, the state is planning it out by stockpiling for difficult days ahead.
What you're looking at here in this Fife warehouse is about 1,200 pallets of food.
The purpose of this is to provide sort of a reservoir for shelf-stable food that is entering the system to support our hunger prevention efforts around the state.
Derek Sanderson, director of the Washington State Department of Agriculture, toured the state's new COVID Strategic Reserve on Friday. He was joined by a handful of other folks, including Thomas Reynolds, CEO of Northwest Harvest, which has seen an exponential spike in food insecurity since the pandemic began in March.
And now here in August, we're experiencing a new peak due to the cessation of the enhanced unemployment benefits. We don't know how long that will last.
But the number of people who need help are staggering. We've shown you previous food distributions where folks have lined up and the food was gone in minutes. The WSDA says in November of 2019, 860,000 people a month visited food banks. Today, that number is expected to soar to 2.2 million. To put that in perspective, according to the census, there are 7.6 million people in Washington. So that would mean more than a quarter of the state's population would need food.
This crisis surprised and deeply affected the United States. What I've been so impressed with is the state of Washington thinking about smart, executable solutions like this strategic reserve.
Northwest Harvest is one of 3 nonprofits the WSDA is partnering with to address hunger. Within 48 hours of communities asking for help, these pallets can be placed on trucks and distributed to food pantries across the state. The focus is on stockpiling foods like canned vegetables, peanut butter, items that don't spoil easily. During the early days of the pandemic, they were also hard to come by at times as folks hoarded items, left store shelves bare, and disrupted the supply chain.
Extremely high demand. We're competing with every other state. We're competing in some cases with national organizations that are trying to, feed America. It's very important that we have a good handle on availability and demand for the shelf-stable product.
This warehouse has the capacity to hold 2,000 pallets, and though what you see here now are pallets packed to the ceiling, officials know this won't go very far, especially since we're entering the fall and winter, where the need in the state typically goes up. Simney Kim, Cairo 7 News.